The night shift had become a part of my routine, a realm where the lines between day and night blurred into an indistinguishable haze. My dedication and commitment to my work had brought me to the brink of a long-awaited promotion, and I was determined to prove my worth. The anticipation of success fueled my enthusiasm even as the sun dipped below the horizon, signaling the transition from day to night. As my colleagues bid their farewells and departed for their well-deserved rest, I settled into the solitude of the office. The silence enveloped me, broken only by the gentle hum of the fluorescent lights above. The familiar rhythm of the keyboard and the soft glow of the computer screen provided a semblance of comfort as I delved into the tasks that awaited completion. However, as the hours stretched on, a sense of unease began to seep into my consciousness. The overhead lights, once steady and unwavering, flickered intermittently, casting disorienting shadows that danced across the room. My focus wavered, distracted by the unsettling play of light and darkness that seemed to mock my diligent efforts. Attempting to dismiss the growing sense of foreboding, I continued my work, determined to overcome any obstacles that presented themselves. But the disturbances persisted, gradually escalating from minor inconveniences to inexplicable phenomena. Electric appliances faltered, their mechanisms ceasing to function as if tampered with by an unseen force. The printer spat out illegible pages, the coffee machine emitted a ghastly sputter, and the air conditioning unit emitted eerie whispers. As the night deepened, the environment transformed, shrouding the office in an oppressive atmosphere. The walls seemed to close in, as if the very structure of the building conspired to entrap me. I found solace in the rhythmic tapping of my keyboard, its sound punctuating the silence and warding off the encroaching darkness. But the darkness, it seemed, had a life of its own. Shadows slithered along the walls, contorting into grotesque shapes that seemed to taunt me. An icy breeze, devoid of any logical explanation, caressed my skin, raising goosebumps that danced in tandem with the flickering lights. Fear clenched my heart in its cold grasp, the rational part of my mind battling against the rising tide of panic. I yearned for an escape, for the comforting embrace of daylight. With trembling hands, I packed my belongings, my movements hurried and fraught with anxiety. I approached the elevator with trepidation, hoping for a swift descent from the nightmarish realm that had overtaken the office. As the doors slid shut, I exhaled a sigh of relief, believing that my ordeal would soon be over. But my relief was short-lived. The elevator jolted to a halt, leaving me suspended between floors, my heart pounding against the walls of my chest. Panic surged within me, an overwhelming sense of claustrophobia threatening to consume my sanity. I pressed the emergency button repeatedly, desperate for a response that would free me from this suffocating metal box. Minutes stretched into eternity as the dim emergency light above flickered with an unsettling rhythm, casting distorted shadows upon the confined space. And finally, the elevator doors open. Summoning every ounce of courage, I made the decision to abandon the elevator and take the stairs. With each step, the echoes of my own footsteps reverberated through the empty corridors, amplifying the palpable tension that lingered in the air. Shadows danced along the walls, distorting into menacing figures that seemed to follow my every move. Finally reaching the ground floor, I burst through the exit, gasping for air as if I had emerged from the depths of a suffocating abyss. The night air, cool and refreshing, offered solace from the malevolent atmosphere that had consumed the office. The weight of the night shift nightmare lifted from my shoulders, replaced by a mix of relief and lingering unease. The following day, I recounted the spine-chilling events to my boss, who listened attentively, concern etched across his face. An investigation was initiated, delving into the anomalies that had plagued the office during my fateful night shift. As the days unfolded, the truth slowly unraveled: a maintenance scam orchestrated by a dishonest company that had been contracted for repairs and upkeep. Faulty electrical wiring, deliberately tampered mechanisms, and a series of well-orchestrated events had created the illusion of a haunted workplace. The office, once a haven of productivity, had become a labyrinth of deceit and manipulation. Relief washed over me as the reality set in. I had not been tormented by supernatural forces. Instead, I had unwittingly fallen victim to the cunning machinations of humans. The weight of the night shift nightmare lifted, allowing me to return to the rhythm of my normal life, albeit with a newfound wariness of the darkness that could lurk within the ordinary. Yet, even as I moved forward, the memory of that harrowing night lingered like a ghostly specter in the depths of my mind. It served as a chilling reminder of the fragility of our perceived reality and the potential for darkness to hide behind the facade of the mundane. The night shift, once a realm of solitude and productivity, would forever be tainted by the lingering echoes of shadows in the silence.